Welcome to the Thick AF Podcast.
Hey y'all, it's Sarah.
And I'm Emily, and we're so excited to have you guys join us today. We've been hanging out.
Yeah.
We missed last week because of Memorial Day.
Yeah. No, that was last week. Yeah, so welcome back. Thanks for allowing us to take a little reprieve there. And we're back at it.
Yeah, but so last week's episode, I was telling Sarah when she got here that I was like listening to it to do editing, and I didn't do some editing because where Sarah was clearing her throat, because I got I was like delirious. It was really late at night, and I was like, oh my God, we should have a drinking game for every time Sarah clears her throat, everybody has to drink, and you would be drunk at the end, or maybe take a shot, or whatever you want to do.
All that makes me want to do is clear my throat right now.
She's like, and then that makes me want to sing that song, Let Me Clear My Throat. I don't know how it goes. Is that right?
It's too bad that we don't have like a staff or anything like that. You know, on like Bravo on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, where they have like a word of the night or whatever. So every time at home, like they do a drinking game like that. So every time they say whatever word, it's a secret word. Nobody who's actually on set knows what it is, but they have a person who counts. And at the end of the night, they'll say, you know, this was our secret word, and this is how many times we said it.
Wait, they tell everybody at the end of the night?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, the audience knows, like watching, like we can see it on the screen what the secret word is, but Andy and his guests don't know what it is. But then at the end of the night, they reveal to the guests what the secret word is and how many times it was said.
How do they decide what the secret word is?
It's typically based on what guests are there. And
or something.
No, it's not that. It's usually the names of people or like something that happened with a scenario. Like, I'm just giving an example. Like last year's Summer House, there was an episode where somebody threw a wine glass at somebody else. So it could have been wine or wine glass or whatever based on the guests that are there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's based on like whatever, franchise is there. If it's some housewives and like, a non-housewife guest or whatever. Yeah.
I like that. I think that's a really good idea. But so what we want you guys to do, since we don't have staff and we can't really do our own drinking game while we listen to it, you guys should listen to last week's episode at least. And
somebody email us and tell me how many times I cleared my damn throat. I'm really sorry. I feel like
I also deleted several. So I couldn't, at one point I was like, I'm not deleting anymore. Because
I'm sorry.
And she would be like, hello, my name is Sarah. And I was like, I can't delete that because you said hello in the middle of you clearing your throat.
Sorry. I feel like the last 3 months I've had like a frog in my throat. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
I think it's because I don't have to talk a whole lot at work, and then when I come here, I have to talk for over an hour straight sometimes, and I just get a little froggy, I guess.
Froggy. Oh my gosh, do you remember the guy Froggy Fresh?
No.
Oh my God.
Couldn't even tell you who that is.
You don't know who Froggy Fresh? I'm trying to think of the song that he did. Froggy Fresh.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
see. So he did. Oh, come on. What is the best one that he did?
He has more than one hit?
Yeah, he has all these songs, and he performed at, I think it was back in remember, downtown on was 4th, I think it's 4th or 5th Avenue. It's where I used to, where I used to live on 4th Avenue? I don't think you ever went there. But 2 blocks over, there used to be this Pizza Hut. I don't know if it's there anymore. I think they changed it into something else or an apartment building or something.
Yeah.
There was a Pizza Hut, and right next door was this sketchy bar place that was a hole in the wall, and nobody ever went. I have no idea. This was a long time ago, and Froggy Fresh performed there, and I went with somebody. They were like, let's go see Froggy Fresh. I think I was dating some guy or something. I honestly can't remember who I went with. But I was like, I didn't know who Froggy Fresh really was. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's great. It's this little white dude, and he's oh man, the songs are
no wonder you what's his
this
name?
Guy.
Birdman, whatever, not Birdman. What's his name?
Oh, no, Dave.
Yeah.
Not is
yeah.
Dave, the other Dave.
Yeah.
Shoot, why can't I think of his name? Lil Dicky.
Yeah, Lil Dicky. Yeah.
No, I just like Lil Dicky.
I was about to say Young Gravy because he's also a white dude too, but that's not the same one.
So, and he also has. So it's Froggy Fresh, and then it's like featuring Krispy Kreme, and what was that other one that he?
Oh my god!
Did you hold on? I'm just like pulling out the YouTube things, and it's like featuring Krispy Kreme and something else, and like the baddest something. It's hilarious, and it's not good. It's just funny stuff. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, Froggy Fresh. I'm gonna start calling you Froggy Fresh. You're like the girl version.
Would that be my radio name?
Yes, Froggy Fresh. It's your like pen name.
Yeah.
So if you were to write a book later, like Froggy Fresh was. I mean, I don't know.
Oh my gosh,
I can't.
I don't know about that.
So tell me about your life lately, since we haven't really caught up much, except for I know that everybody's getting these weekly updates, but we haven't really caught up much since last week and at least the week before.
Well, we recorded on like an off night the week before because of all the dang Vanderpump drama that's happening. And so tonight I'm here recording with you, and I will miss the episode. Is that 3, tonight? The third part of the reunion, yes. But I'm putting it off anyways. I wasn't going to watch it live because I can watch it live on Hulu, but I'm putting it off because Peacock's been putting out like uncensored versions, so you can just hear them cuss each other out, and it's the greatest thing in the whole world.
So do you have Peacock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, me too. I was like, I didn't know. So what was it going to be on NBC?
No, it's on Bravo.
Oh, on Bravo.
Yeah.
So, okay. So on Bravo, it won't be like, this is on like regular TV Bravo, not like a Netflix type of like streaming Bravo where they are allowed to have cursing.
No. So it used to be, Bravo used to kind of hit Hulu the day after, something aired or whatever, but they swapped over, I think it was September of last year, they swapped over to Peacock. And so there's stuff, and I don't know if Peacock has like a live version of things that you can watch. I think it does, but it's not the one that I have.
Hopefully it's better than the Netflix live.
Seriously though, I know but Hulu just doesn't have the uncensored version, so I want to see them all cuss each other out, and so I'm going to wait till tomorrow to watch it.
Speaking of the Netflix live version, like we waited for the Love Is Blind. We never did the last episode.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that because somebody said something to me at the pool about it last weekend.
Right, and I was there. I remember that.
Yes, and I was like, "You're right. We never discussed it because we fucking gave up."
Yeah, we gave up, and it was just like, and it wasn't even as like, it was just like eventful because it was just it worked up for nothing.
Yes, it was the craziest thing in the whole world. It was so boring, and I'm so glad that like the couples that found love, good for you, whatever. Same. But like they built up the drama, especially on like TikTok and stuff like that, with some of the couples that did not say yes at the altar, to make it out to be like it was going to be some like ridiculous affair type situation with a couple of people, and it's like, no, y'all are boring, and you did your damnedest to make it turn into something that it was not.
Right. So I was watching, and I don't know when this actually aired, but I was watching Jimmy Fallon. It was like I was on Peacock, turned on Jimmy Fallon, whichever the latest episode was.
Yeah.
And Rosie O'Donnell was on. I don't know if it was like yesterday, the day before, or whatever. But she was talking about how she was like, yeah, I've been sitting at home watching the Love Is Blind show. She was like, it's the dumbest show ever, and it was hilarious. You would have loved what she said about it.
I mean,
she watches it. Yeah. It is dumb that basically what she's saying that is dumb is that people are going in, talking to somebody through a wall, and then living with them for 2 months and then get married.
Yeah.
And she was like, good luck.
Well, I mean, there's also shows like, Married at First Sight and things like that. And what's the one I just did that?
Well, Married at First Sight sucks.
What's the one that Jessica watches?
And she's coughing.
Shut up. What's the one?
Everybody drank twice.
What's the one that Jessica watches?
Wait, Love at First Sight?
No, it's not that. It's Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight?
That's not the one she watches. What's the one that she watches?
Is it a marriage thing?
Yeah, remember it's the one where they meet somebody foreign and they have to get a K-1 visa and whatever.
90 Day Fiance?
Yes, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, no, I don't really like that one.
I mean, but they're all sort of, Married at First Sight is the closest to it, but I think that the most authentic season that they had was season 1 because nobody knew what it was. Now you got all these people coming out here because they want to be famous or be an influencer and get, endorsement deals and whatever. And I am again happy for the people that, made it and got married and are happy and whatever. But I don't think that you're going to find a legitimately large group of folks that are there for truly that.
Well, so
it also wouldn't be entertaining if it was just that.
Agreed. So speaking of 90 Day Fiance, I said that weird. 90 Day Fiance. I don't know. I said that really weird.
What about it?
So I don't know if we said this on here before, but okay. So I got a long time ago when I don't even think I had moved to Auburn yet before I moved to Auburn, from Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bra fitting so my ex-boyfriend's mom and sister owned a boutique in Auburn.
Oh, okay.
And they had the Double Divas come. Did we talk about this on here yet? I can't remember if we did or if we just talked about it with our friends. We talk a lot. And so sometimes I still think I'm performing when I'm not.
All the time, yes.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on the radio.
It's all for a laugh.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, anyway, so the ladies that came to do the Double Divas gave me a bra fitting, and they had like that TV show. I think it might have been on Bravo or whatever it was on.
90 Day Fiance.
Well, it was called Double Divas, but she is on 90 Day Fiance now. Yeah.
I would imagine that was on TLC or whatever, and they gave
TLC, yeah. I think that's what it was.
They put her on 90 Day Fiance after the bra show.
Oh, is 90 Day Fiance a TLC? See, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I'm really bad at the networks and things like that.
I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in years.
Yeah, but you know all the Bravo stuff. Like I'm just like Bravo's I just assume all reality is on Bravo except for like MTV.
That's one thing to know though.
Right. But that's a lot of things on Bravo.
It's the only thing I care about.
Everything on Bravo. But like most reality shows that anybody watches are on Bravo. Maybe not. Maybe
I think there's some
I'm overgeneralizing.
On like VH1 and shit like that, like Love and Hip Hop and.
Do people watch that?
I think Mason may watch some of it.
Oh,
but
do you know what I want to watch?
I'm a liar, and I'm sorry,
I want
Mason.
to watch the show Martha's Vineyard. It looks good.
Summer House is on Bravo. So I've been watching it.
No, Summer House is different than Martha's Vineyard.
It's Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
No. There is Martha's Vineyard, and there is Summer House.
It is
Martha's
a spinoff. I know that. It's Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
It's not the same people.
I know that.
Oh, it doesn't say Summer House Martha's Vineyard on it.
It
just
does.
says no. It doesn't. I was looking at it last night. All it says is Martha's Vineyard.
No.
All right, you show me what yours is. Why are we fighting about this? Martha's Vineyard. I'm going to show you Vineyard.
I'm going to show you right now. Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
Show me what the cast looks like because is not them.
It's all black people.
That's not the same thing. I don't think. Yeah, look, this is different. Martha's Vineyard. Wait, that's not the show. It didn't say Summer House on it.
It is. It's a spinoff of Summer House, the original Summer House that's in the Hamptons.
Okay, well then I'm wrong, I guess. But I want to watch it. I did know it was Summer House, which kind of makes me a little bit annoyed because
I want you to watch it.
I have watched Summer House, but I didn't watch Summer House. I watched Winter House. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Right. No, I want you to watch the Martha's Vineyard version of Summer House.
It looks like it might be funny.
You're gonna die because there's this one girl on there who talks out of both sides of her mouth, and I think that she's really she will light your ass on fire. You're gonna want to eat her alive. And I just want to know if you feel the same way that I do.
What's her name?
Jasmine.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to start watching that. It'll take me a minute to get. How many episodes are there?
The 5th one I think aired yesterday.
I'm really sad that I didn't know that it was like a spin-off of Summer House. I thought it was just like
I don't know
Martha's
why you
Vineyard.
ever thought you were going to come into this room right now, record with me, and think you know more than I do about Bravo.
Well, I never thought that.
That was your first
I just
mistake.
knew what I saw when I looked at it because I just recently subscribed to Peacock because there was something on there that I really wanted to watch, and I was like, "Listen, it's $4.99 a month." And I would spend $4.99 to rent this or per episode or something, so might as well. Yeah. Which is honestly, Peacock is actually I really like it.
What is it? Poker Face? That's the Peacock original. Is that?
Oh, that's what I want to watch that too. Okay. Yeah.
I think that
there's a whole bunch of stuff
some originals that are pretty good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, and I can't remember what it was that I watched the other day, but I've watched several things, and I'm into the Peacock right now. So I jump around. So like I've got like everything. I've got like Hulu, I got Netflix, I got Peacock now. I used to have HBO Max because Pete signed in with his HBO Max thing, but listen to what happened.
Did he kick your bitch ass out?
No, he didn't kick me out. Do you want to know what happened? Okay, so I'm sure he got in there and saw, because I would like click on his name and I'd be like watching stuff and I'd be like, it doesn't look like he's gotten in here to watch anything, because you can see what you continued watching. And I was like, he's going to get in here and see all this girly stuff I've been watching. And I'm like, oh my God, Emily's been in here watching stuff. I was like, I'm sure he's seen it. Pete, you can like let me know if you've seen it. I'm sorry. But I can't get in there anymore because HBO Max is now just Max, I think. Mm-hmm. And now they made you sign out and re-download the other one and then re-sign back in. And I was like, the next day, I was trying to finish something. What was it? Oh my God. Pete, you got to tell me what it was, because it's in your continue watching. It was a season. It was like a long, oh my God. What was it? It was not season.
What was it about?
I don't freaking remember.
You don't remember what the show was about?
No, I've been watching so many shows.
How can you be that excited about finishing it?
It was
if
so
you don't
good.
Even know what
I had like 2 episodes left or less, or maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 episodes, and they sent that thing, and then like the next, I was like, oh my God. This was when I got the notification that it was going to do that. It was like at midnight, and I was like, I got to go to bed for work or something. And the next day it signed ban. I was like, I should have stayed up.
No, that's funny that you say that, because it's asked me to sign back in, and I'm having trouble doing it with, like, Melanie and I share all that shit, and I have the credentials, but both the passwords I have are like not working, and it was asking me for something else, and she was here this past weekend, and it was on my to-do list of shit to do with her, but like we did not watch like barely any TV. On Friday night we did, but we didn't watch shit on Saturday.
Yeah.
And so I just forgot about it, but I think Netflix is trying to like...
They are. I was going to send you a message about the thing that I got.
It happened in the middle of me trying to finish Firefly Lane.
It's the Wi-Fi
yesterday.
thing.
Yes, it has to do with your IP address. And so in the middle of me watching Firefly Lane, I think I had like, I don't know, 3 more episodes.
Oh, of the new season?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is so
and
good.
I finished it finally.
Oh, good.
But it did that, and I texted her. I was like, what the fuck, Melanie? I was like, it's going to send you a text message. You need to tell me what that number is so I can keep watching
Right now.
Well, and
not tomorrow.
School's not in anymore, so like she is available and can,
like,
respond.
What if it was like on a day off that you had a day off and you weren't working?
Oh my God, I would have been so mad.
Yeah, and she's at work.
Do you want to know what I would have done? I would have got my own damn Netflix.
Same, probably. And then I would have canceled it after the trial.
Yeah.
Well, so I think I sent them an email or a comment on there, because I was like, so I have like a beach condo, and like sometimes I go to my parents' house and I'll stay up there for a while or like whatever.
So it works that way. You can click travel. I'm traveling. But
you can click it. I didn't see that. I haven't figured that out yet.
That's how it let me do it. So Melanie is currently traveling to my house in Birmingham, and that's what got her to send. You can send an email or a text a code or whatever to whatever's registered under that Netflix account. And then she just gave me the 4-digit code, and I'm in like Flint.
Well, what's kind of messed up is like, what if I had my same household? So say I have a couple children, and I go to the beach, and they're at home, and I tell it I'm traveling. I want to watch it at the beach, and they want to watch it at home. You can't do both.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can.
It doesn't. Not that I know of. It doesn't kick you out of the other.
What's the point of them doing it? That's so ridiculous.
And I mean, I think it's just trying to. Which, not that they need any more damn money than what they're already probably making. I'm sure. I know so many people who don't have cable anymore, and so I know that they're making money. And there's people that have cable and also have that. So like, there's no shortage of money here, and it's only gonna go up. You know,
right? And they have increased our prices like over like 10-20% every like 6 months to a year,
right? So
in the past however
think
many
they're
years,
just trying to make it more difficult for people to share and say screw it.
Which
I don't share
with this,
but...
the only people I think maybe my parents, I signed in at my parents' house, and they have YouTube TV, and they don't ever get on Netflix, and they might get on it too if it's like my niece is over there and they want to watch like a thing, but normally it's Disney Plus that they're using.
Oh, I know. And I share with Melanie for all of it. And so even Hulu, like I can't watch Hulu live right now. I have to stream to my TV from my phone.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Which is fine because we have utilized too many of the locations. So you had 4 with Hulu. And for a little while, Melanie had, I think it was AT&T internet or T-Mobile internet, and that
the
type of
locations,
internet,
like the IP addresses.
Yes,
Wait, so you can only have so many places that you live.
Correct.
So what if you're like I mean, I guess if you're a rich person, you have multiple houses, you can afford to like buy multiple Netflix accounts, I guess, right? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a pain in the ass. So I can do it from my phone, and I can do other things on my phone while it's streaming in the background, but it's just very inconvenient.
My thing is, I thought that you paid more for an account. So I believe that I pay for like the higher thing.
We pay for Hulu Live.
Oh, this is not Hulu Live. I'm talking about, I do have Hulu, but I have like the low, like.
No, we have
maybe
the top.
like whichever.
Well,
one.
we may have Hulu Live with ads, so there's Hulu Live without ads.
Well, but like, so Netflix and some places allow you to get like, okay, here's the package deal for $7.99 a month, and you can only stream it on one device at a time. Cool. But I pay for the one that you can stream on 4 devices at a time.
Right.
That should be all that matters.
Right.
It shouldn't matter where you're doing it. It should just be like you're doing it at the same time.
Right.
They're just, it's ridiculous. It really is. And you know what? No, I won't. If they raise my price again, I'm going to cancel. Honestly, Netflix lately has been not so good. Peacock is $4.99 a month or something, and it has everything that I like to watch. Yellowstone, it has all the things, and they're really good. And like, how can they afford to do it at $4.99 or whatever it is? Like, right. And we have to pay $20 a month for whatever other thing that is maybe not as good or just
the only thing that I can think about with things like Peacock and Hulu is that I think that they partner with, other, what are they called? Networks, I guess. And they get their shows like the next day after they've aired live on cable or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that may be the difference from that and like Netflix, because Netflix only has their original. The only live that you're getting on Netflix is if you pay for cable also and log in with those cable credentials to get like ESPN and stuff like that.
Hey, everybody pause and take a drink, because I think she cleared her throat before she said all that.
No, I didn't.
You didn't? I think you did.
I don't know if I did.
Was it you, or was it the cat scratching in the litter box back there?
Scratching. I heard it. You heifer.
I wasn't looking at you, and it kind of sounded like
no. It was
drink. It's okay. Drink anyway, because you want to. So yeah, no, those things are. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Peacock. So I have Peacock, Netflix. What did I say? I've got Disney Plus. I got Apple TV. Look, I started calculating this up, and I think I pay more than cable now. Before it was like, oh, I'm only going to get these because I don't want to pay for cable because cable's so expensive. Oh my God, look what happened. We're screwed.
Oh my God.
I remember the days when I only had Netflix. I didn't have anything else. Only Netflix.
Melanie had Netflix so long ago. It's when you used to rent the stuff.
Oh my God, me too. I remember that.
I didn't have that ever.
Oh my God, I
didn't have Netflix until probably, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. I got rid of cable because it was just so damn expensive, and I was like, I can't. This is not worth it for me. I was hanging out with Melanie a lot, and so I wouldn't even be watching my cable, and I was like, I'm getting rid of this shit. And she was like, because when she would come down to my house, she logged in with it anyways, so what am I doing having cable still? Right,
exactly. No reason to have that. Well, so I remember that the DVD things when they sent them to your house. So I did that at one point, and then we would have I think you could get 2 at a time maybe, or depending on how much you paid for it. And this was before that you could even stream. This was when they had a catalog or a page, and you circled it or something and sent, or call. I don't know how you did it.
Went on the website.
Yeah, I don't even know if they had a website at that point. There was. I remember having a piece of paper that we had to look through at one point, but maybe there was a website. I don't know. I can't remember. But I had a boyfriend. His parents his mom would get the Netflix things, and we'd pass it around to everybody in the family, and we'd all watch the thing and then send it back. So, you know what? We were doing it back then too. Okay.
Well, I was being so dramatic when that first happened on Netflix the other day with Melanie, and I was like, what am I going to do? And she was like, and I was like, well, hold on, let me see. I was like, Brandon has Netflix. And I was like, but can we like deal with this or whatever? And she was like, I thought you might get your own. I was like, why would I do that? She was like, I don't know, with that man. And I was like, no.
Yeah, duh. With the man that you Melanie. Are talking about, like,
I was like, Melanie, I would have
proposals.
No, exactly. No, I do not want to share my Netflix with the man I'm going to marry, Melanie. I don't want to have to start over again with, all the shit that shows up based on what I watch.
I think you can transfer your profile. I think you can.
They should. Serious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but I think you can transfer that.
If I could do that, but otherwise, I'm not curating what shows up for me ever. I don't want to do that. My continue watching is solid, and it would really upset me if I had to start from scratch.
It wouldn't upset me. I actually kind of sometimes like to go to a different profile and see what comes up, because sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of the same stuff that I've been watching. Like if I have something like my dad might watch, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to watch like an action show, but action movie like James Bond or something, because I really like those. But lately I've been watching, Bravo, or honestly, I don't really watch that stuff, but like lately I've been watching rom-coms or something.
Yeah.
And it's been giving me all this other stuff. I kind of like to go to a different thing and kind of, I do like to start from scratch, honestly. I'm a scratch.
No. God,
I like
that sounds terrible.
It helps.
Absolutely.
If you can keep, yeah. So, all right. So let me just like see what else we got.
Wait, hold on. You asked me what I've been up to lately, and we talked about it, but what have you been up to lately?
Oh, what have I been up to lately? So
we're the tangent queens over here.
Last weekend we had Beer Olympics on Saturday.
The weekend before that, you had an adventure.
I know, but I'm kind of getting there. So I thought, hold on, what did I do on Friday last weekend?
Did you win Beer Olympics?
Yes, my team won Beer Olympics. Yay!
I came in absolute last place, and we did not win a single thing.
Well, we didn't get anything either. I thought y'all were supposed to come in last place and get that bottle of Jameson.
It was never given to me, and I would have.
Why does the last place group get something and nobody else does?
Because, well, it actually worked out in Mason's favor because he was on my team, so he lost.
He lost, and he was like, okay, I lost, so I'm getting this bottle. I'm going to do what I said. I remember him taking that, and I was like, go for it. Nobody wants any Jameson.
My team.
Were you really?
Yes.
We had only one guy.
And everybody smoked us.
Well, but were you the first one out? Yeah, you were. Because I remember you got in the pool and I was like, are you out already? You're like, yep. And I was like, dang, I'm jealous. I was getting so hot. It was like 100 degrees. And I was like,
it was warm.
And I almost vomited in that. Okay, so do you want to explain the ice cube, the first game? So, okay, Let me just kind of back up. We had Beer Olympics with our friends. Our friend Mason put this on, and we had groups. We had a bunch of people show up to Sarah's apartment pool, and they had like drinking games that you do, and then
we just drew numbers out of a cup and placed like four-ish people, I think, on 4 teams. I guess we may have had more people than that, but not everybody participated in Beer Olympics. And we had 3 events. We did these ice cube trays, and so you poured a beer in your ice cube trays, and then you had to suck each individual little cavity.
Does that have a name? A cavity, yeah.
Is that a good?
I would call it that, yeah. I wouldn't have said that. I would have said whole, but yeah, a cavity sounds better, yeah.
And so you suck the beer out of each individual one, but what people don't understand is that it's a lot harder than it looks.
And it's carbonated. I almost vomited like 7 times.
And so when you're swallowing, you have to just kind of like keep sucking in and going, because if you like stop and like swallow and breathe or whatever, you just slow down and you drain juice back.
I was the slowest one. We lost that one. That was like, we won the whole thing, but we lost it because of me. I was so bad. And I like, because it's carbonation, and I put Truly in mine, and I filled mine up to the rim, and everybody else was like, oh, I was like, why are y'all not filling y'all's up all the way? And they were like, oh, I didn't know we was
So that was the first round, and then the second round was flip cup, and then the third round was the longest fucking beer pong game.
Oh my God, it took forever.
It was, because you had 4 people, and so they were rotating.
And I made it like once or twice, and then after that, I didn't make any.
It was 10 cup, but still, it's just too many people. Pick your best players, and let's move on, because trying to wrangle that many 8 people for a beer pong game is a joke.
Oh my God. Also, in the beginning of the beer pong. So, in beer pong where you like decide who goes first. were you sitting there when I did this? Oh my God, this is terrible. So I don't know the guy's name. I forgot his name. He's got dark hair and he had like a black t-shirt on. Sarah, you have to tell me. And it looks like it had like lungs on it. He was the guy with the board thing that not.
It's James.
James.
Yeah.
Okay. So James, I'm sorry, James. Oh my God. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this, but so.
No, we want him to listen.
No, we don't want him to listen. Okay. So I am doing the beer pong thing, like where you have to like, they were like, you have to look at each other in the eyes and shoot or whatever.
Okay.
So I eye to eye him and he is going like this with his eyes he's crossing his eyes at me.
Just making faces.
No, he wasn't making, well, I thought he was. And I'm like, I called him out. I was like, what the hell? Why are you crossing your eyes at me? Oh my God, Mason and the people next to me were like, Emily, he has crossed eyes.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Oh my God, they made me feel so bad. I was like,
why would you believe anything that Mason said?
It was Mason and Santana. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, really? And they were like, yeah.
I don't know that they had even met him. Mason may have met him before that day, but
so
I don't
embarrassed.
think Santana did.
Oh my God. Oh, thank God. I'm so glad you cleared that up because, oh my God. I was like, I felt so bad the rest. He was really nice. He's super nice. And he was trying to teach everybody to, like Melanie, he held her up on whatever that little Segway board looking thing is. I don't, that was fun. But yeah, I was like what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
I was like, why are you cross-eyed at? Why are you looking at me cross-eyed or something really terrible? And then because I thought he was doing it on purpose. He was like,
he probably was.
He was doing it on purpose. I did not know he was doing it on purpose. And I was like, what the hell were you trying to distract me? And then yeah.
You should not believe the two. When the two of them both say it, it's definitely not true.
And then Lisa might have been over there too. I don't know who all. Of course, Lisa would have.
She ain't met him.
I know. She was probably shaking her head like, I don't know. I was like, oh God. So, okay. So we did Beer Olympics. But before that, so the weekend, was it the weekend before? Has it been that long? Lord.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We haven't recorded and it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So I went to the Friday before I took the day off of work and I went to Nashville with my little brother.
This was Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. Yes. I went to Nashville on Friday to see Dave Matthews Band, of course, at
was it Bridgestone?
Bridgestone Arena. Okay. Yes. And it was great. So we get there, we go to the hotel.
You went with just your younger brother, right?
Just Daniel. Yeah. Cause so we go. Well, me and Daniel, that's like our thing. We like to go to Dave concerts together.
Yes, I know, because I was bitching at her. I was like, why didn't you tell me about it? And she was like, I could only get 2 tickets, and I'm taking Daniel.
It was a whole thing with the tickets. So so I take Daniel like every time if I do only have 2 tickets. But so Daniel, we go to the hotel, we get there, blah, blah, blah. We're drinking, we get some food, we go to the thing, we wait in line. So thank goodness. So we were going to wait in line because I like to get into the show. Usually we get posters. We'll like see that poster on the wall, my fish. That's from my first fish show. And it was in 2021. Isn't that crazy? It was like, it was like 2 years ago. I'm going to another one. It was like a Tuesday and a Wednesday I think it's like in 2 weeks or something.
Here?
In Huntsville. It's like
at the Orion.
Yes, at the Orion. It's going to be fun. So, I know a lot of people don't like fish, but if you see them live, like it's so much better.
People don't like Widespread Panic either, but I know that you'll.
I need to go to a Widespread Panic concert because I would think I would like it better.
I do. It's just a good vibe all around.
Yes,
and people are there to have a good time, and it's not like I don't know.
Everybody's
Taylor
so nice.
Swift situation.
Oh my God,
you know what I mean?
But I would love to go to a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what I'm saying. It's just not on that level.
And be backstage or something. Okay, but that would never happen. But so where were we? Oh, so we go, and normally you have to get in line to get into the concert to get to the merch table tent or whatever it is inside or like inside the venue. But this time, for some reason, they had a merch tent outside of the venue, outside of the arena, open before the show started. And so we got there and we're like, oh hell yeah. So we go, we get in line, we buy our $65 however much they are posters, we put them in a tube, and Daniel my little brother has he has seen like a million Fish shows. He's gone to all these concerts and stuff, and he has experience with. He loses everything. Let me just tell you. Listen, he left his cell phone on a what are they called? The train things in the airport. Like I remember that one time. Yes, in the tram. Just do you know how many trams there are? They're 100 of them. Like you can't never gonna find that. It's not coming back. Like he just loses stuff a lot. He's notorious for it. He used to be a lot worse with losing things. Well, so he is specialized in losing things or preparing to lose things. So he was like, Emily, let's write our names and phone numbers on here in case, and say if lost, please call. And so I did that. I wrote my name and my phone number and his name and his phone number on there. And Daniel was carrying it, which I knew. And I told my mom this. I was like, it's his fault that I'm going to tell you, he lost.
He ended up losing it. A poster carrier that has a strap.
Well, I do have one of those, and I usually take my yoga strap and you put it on there, and you.
Oh yeah.
And so you just carry it. And I was going to bring that, but I didn't because it was the whole thing. So because we had seats and we were in the arena and we weren't really down low, so I was like, oh, we're not going to lose this. Well, so it was, and I kept being like, it's my fault for not telling him that I needed to carry it because I knew that he would lose it. Because he normally does. And I'm like, whatever. But just know yourself, know who you are and be like, I can't carry this because I'm going to lose it. Like 100%. I would say that. So, and I don't normally lose things. I'm like, no, I'm going to lose that shit. I paid $60 for it. Or, that's like $100 and something worth of post. It's just a piece of paper too, but it's important to me and to him. Like we collect these things or whatever. So we get that stuff. We're going out. We go across the street to this bar. It was a great bar. It was like, oh my God, was it called? I don't know what it's called, like Teddy's. And it was it was great. It's I think they've only been open for like 6 months, and they have like several levels. So it's like in downtown Nashville, and it's across from kind of like catty cornered from, oh my God, what is the place called that everybody goes to in Nashville?
Tequila Cowboy.
What? I've never heard of that. No.
Tootsie's.
Yes. Also, there's a Tootsie in Panama City. So if we ever go, so it's like kind of across the street from Tootsie's, but like on the little like street that Bridgestone Arena's on. So it's like right there. So we could just like walk right in. It was not super busy. We walked in and there were 2 seats sitting right there. The bartender was amazing. I forgot her name. Oh my God. She had the best name and she was so good. She gave us like the locals discount because we were so nice to her.
That's so nice.
I know. She was great. So we had a great time there. Then we went into the show. We had a good time there, blah, blah, blah. Well, we go back afterwards. We're like, Daniel's like, let's go back to Freddy's, or I don't know. I think it was called Freddy's. We go back across. We get in there. I'm drunk as you know what, but Daniel's drunk too. And we get in there and I remember sitting down and I drank. Everybody drink. Sarah's choking. Oh, snap. Okay. So we just paused because Sarah just had to sneeze twice. She must be allergic to me.
No, I got bubbles up my nose.
She did. She's drinking this.
I coughed and then they got up my nose.
What are you drinking? I saw it.
Water.
It's a what? A what?
Cut water. It's a vodka mule. You get it at the liquor store. It's like a High Noon.
Cool.
Situation.
I've never seen those.
I can get them in New York, but they just started carrying cut water.
It looks like it would have random agave in it, probably.
It's a mule. It's vodka.
I know, but sometimes they put like agave syrup and stuff like this. Okay, so they probably don't. But I was just telling Sarah she sneezed, and I wish that we had it recorded because she sneezes as loud as I do, and I'm the loudest sneezer in the entire world.
2 episodes ago, we did record it, and you were like, girl, you gotta give me a heads up.
Well, no, this was louder this time, and she did 2 in a row, and I've never heard anybody else sneeze as loud as I can sneeze. And I can't control the loud.
No!
Like, it just, and my mom's the same way. Does your mom do it like that too?
Oh, yeah, so does Jerry.
Okay, so, and I wonder if it's like genetic or just like my dad gets so mad at my mom because he's like, what? You're dramatic sneezing or something. And like, drink.
I'm sorry. Now my throat is bothered from my sneeze.
It's fun. So
it's fun because it's a drinking game.
Yes. So anyways, let me just get out of that. She sneezes loud. And let me go back to the story. So we go back to Freddy's and I accidentally like spilled the guy went to go. I think I was talking with my hands maybe, and the guy went to go fill up my drink, and I moved my hands and it spilled. And then Daniel was like, oh, pretending, he was acting like it was because I was drunk, which maybe it was, but I don't think it was because I was drunk. So I was like mad at him because he was pissing me off because he made it seem like he kind of made it seem like I was drunk and I shouldn't be getting a drink when he was the one that told me to get a drink.
Had he lost the posters at this point?
So we had the posters and he kept, so all night he didn't want to, I guess he didn't want to look like he was like at the concert. He wanted to look like a local. So I was like putting the poster on the counter.
Where were y'all staying?
At the Westin.
Why didn't you bring it back to the room?
Because it's too far. It was like really far away. Okay. Yeah. I mean like several blocks. So I'm like, okay, give me that poster. And at this point the place is packed. Okay, he puts it on the ground next to him.
The posters?
At the bar, yes. And I'm like, no, I'm like pissed off. And then finally, he pissed me off enough that I was just like, and I was drunk. So I was like, I'm going back to the hotel. Bye.
So you went by yourself?
I went by myself. I walked back to the hotel. And then I got back to the hotel.
Emily.
And listen to this. So I went back and I prepared for him to be back because I knew he was going to leave soon anyways. And I had already paid for, I think, maybe he paid. I don't know. I can't remember who paid. I probably paid. I can't remember. Or he did. Somebody paid. I get back to the hotel. I go up to the top floor because I don't know. It wasn't even like midnight yet, but it might have been like 11 or 10:30 or 11. Floor? They have a big pool thing.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they also have like a restaurant and like food and stuff. And like,
yeah.
So I was like, are y'all still serving food? They were like, no, but you can order it from your room until midnight or whatever. I was like, sweet. So I go back to the room and I ordered, oh my God. I don't even remember. I don't think I ordered all this stuff. I ordered it and then I like laid in the bed and then Daniel showed up. And I before that, I was like, oh my God, he's going to lose the posters. And so I sent him a message that was like, don't forget the posters. Oh, he gets back. I'm like, do you have the posters? He's like, oh man. And I'm like, oh my God, I knew you were gonna. So I don't know, it might have been the next morning when I realized he didn't have the posters. And so we went back to the bar anyways. But that night, let me just talk to you about the room service that I ordered. I ordered like enough food for an army and we ate it all. I also ordered 2 pieces of cheesecake. I would never have ordered cheesecake. Like, that's not something that I normally order. But I guess I was like, I think Daniel might want dessert too. So let's get some dessert. I ordered like the mushroom risotto. Like, I think I ordered a big piece of salmon, like a salmon dinner.
Oh my God,
it was like $110 or something,
$130.
That's hysterical
that you walked home by yourself because you were mad at him.
And then ordered him dinner.
Like, let me get this feast for my brother.
I was just not that mad at him. If I was really mad, I would have been like, screw you, I'm getting my own. But no, I wasn't that mad. I was just like, okay,
fucking mushroom,
I gotta go home.
And salmon at 11 o'clock at night.
And Daniel got there before the food had made it, and I was like, I ordered a bunch of food, and he like passed out in the bed. Like, I don't even know if he heard me say I ordered food. They got there, and I was like, Daniel, wake up, and I had they rolled the tray in, and he's like, oh my God, you're the best. Like, this is so good. And then we just chowed down. It was so good. So we had that happen. But okay, so the next morning we didn't have the posters, and we're like, oh my God. Daniel's like, okay, we're gonna go to the bar and we're gonna check to see if they have it. So we go in there. Okay, well, I go, there's nobody at the door, and the door's shut, and I don't know if they're closed or not, but I opened the door and I went in. There's literally nobody in there. So I go up the stairs and I'm like going up all around. I'm like looking behind the bar, calling, hey, is anybody here? Because the bars in Nashville are like huge. They're like 3 stories, whatnot.
Yeah.
And so I see this like door to like a back area, and there's like a guy that may be a cook or like somebody who does like back work. I don't know. I was like, hey, is anybody working like downstairs? We left a poster. I told him what the deal was, and he literally took me downstairs, and we couldn't find it behind the bar. So he took me to the dumpster in the back, and he dug through the trash, opened the trash bags.
That was so nice.
I was vomiting. I was like, you don't have to do this. He was like, no. And he was like, oh my God, it was so nice. And he had the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like, and he's going through the trash. Look, you need to, I don't know if you're married yet, but you need to get there. so
remind me to tell you a vomiting story in a second.
Oh God. Vomiting story. So we did that. Okay, and I know this story is dragging out, but it is a good story. So I at this point am like, we lost the posters. We're never going to get them. And Daniel is like so positive, and I think he's doing it because he feels really bad about losing these posters. And I was like, can you believe you lost? And he was like, don't make me feel worse about it. Yeah,
because you have one job, Daniel.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? And he's like, oh, you made me feel worse. Like, oh. And he's like, we wrote our names. He's like, we wrote our names on them. I'm like, Daniel, they're not going to call us.
Did you put your phone numbers on there too?
We put our names and phone numbers so they could call us if it was lost. And it was like, if lost, please call Emily at whatever, and then Daniel at whatever. And so it's been, 2 weeks or so? So I'm like,
over 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I've told all my friends, we got these posters, and Daniel, I'm like telling the story, Daniel lost them, and I'm all sad, and blah, blah. But at least I got a hat, and I did get, Daniel also bought me
You did get a cute hat.
Show you this? My Nalgene bottle that is, it's got Dave Matthews Band on it, and it's Tour 2023, and it is, this bottle planted 10 trees. You pay $20 for it, and it's like, I don't know, you get to like refill it. Yeah, and it's like goes for a good cause or whatnot. So Daniel bought me that, so that makes up for, a third of my poster. So it's okay, Daniel. So yesterday, I'm at home. I'm thinking these posters are long gone. I get a phone call, and it says Westin Nashville. And I'm like, why is the Westin Nashville calling me? So Daniel made the reservations at the hotel, so it wasn't even in my name. And I'm like, there's no way if we lost these posters that anybody would have known to take them to the Westin. No way. So I'm answering. I'm like, what the hell? Why is Westin calling me? And I'm like, I'm just going to answer it just in case it's the posters. I answer it, and the guy's like, hey, Emily, is this Emily? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm like real weary. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's he going to say? Like, is he going to say that we damaged the room or something and we got to pay? And I'm like, oh my God. Well, he's like, oh, we found this tube and it has your name on it. And I was like, oh my God, they found it. And I asked him, I was like, oh my God, where did you find it? I was like, how did it get there? Like, where was it? And he was like, I don't know. He was like, it was just behind the front desk. And I just saw the number.
You think bring it to the hotel?
Daniel does not remember. Well, no, I don't think the bartender wouldn't have known where we were staying.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, you said that y'all talked to her or whatever, and she was awesome. Yeah, so I don't know if you told her where you were staying.
Earlier, so she wasn't there when we went back. Yeah, I got somebody else. Yeah. So
what if he carried him to the lobby and just kind of
that's what I think. I think he accidentally left it in the elevator, put it down because he was doing something. I don't know. Or sat down. I was like, did you go to the bar or did you go upstairs? Because I went up did all these things. I was like, where did you go? He's like, I really cannot remember.
Oh no.
What the hell? How would they have gotten there? So nobody knows how it got there. The guy was like, nah, I don't know. It was just behind the front desk.
Are they mailing them?
So he sent me, I haven't gotten the other email. He told me he was going to give it to security, and then they would send me an email. He sent me an email for a lost and found thing, and so I filled that out. And once they match it up, they'll give me instructions to mail it to me. Because I was like, can I pay for postage or whatnot? So we're getting our posters back.
That's very exciting.
Yay!
But also, LOL, Daniel.
I know, for real. Come on, Daniel. So I have a lot of things. So. I feel like I've been talking this whole time.
Let me tell you my vomit story.
Oh, then. Vomit story, yes.
Okay, so Melanie came back and spent 2 nights with me this past week, and she only came for Memorial Day. We celebrated on Sunday, and she left on Monday. And so she came this past weekend for Friday night, and then we had Beer Olympics Saturday, and she stayed Saturday night. So
wait, so is this vomiting story from this past weekend?
Yes.
Oh, snap. Yay, I'm excited.
It's not, I don't think it's what you think it's going to be.
Was I there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. No. So Friday night, we had, what did we do? Oh, we went Friday afternoon to Good Dog and took Jolene and met Aaron and Santana.
And all the dogs.
Yeah, and just kind of hung out for a little while. But Brandon had thawed some steaks out. So when we got home, we took those to the pool, and I made a salad, and we grilled steaks and ate steak at the pool, just the 3 of us. So when we got back, we were we had a couple beers while we were at Good Dog or whatever, but nothing crazy. And even at the pool, we didn't even bring a cooler. We just brought a couple beers, whatever. And so we eat these, and all of us finished our ribeyes. It was freaking delicious.
So good.
Oh, I hadn't had a grilled steak in a minute. So we get back up and Melanie's like, we're scrolling through the TV trying to figure out, what we're going to watch. And she was like, I'm going to watch a rom-com. We're like, okay. So then she sees this, and it's kind of a mix between like a docu-series and like a just straight documentary / like movie, but it was Jackass 4.5. So this is like...
Wait, so this was actually, like, it was actually Jackass?
Yeah, I mean...
Or are you... Okay.
Yeah. And so this was like 10 years after the last Jackass movie.
Oh, yeah.
That Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville and everybody gets together, and they, were like, do we, like, want to do this or whatever? They're like, let's just kind of start filming and see where the vibes go, whatever. Well, they did that. It was great vibes. And then COVID hit, and it was just kind of the story around that and how they got, came up with the last bit of, like, stuff they did because, Steve-O's sober now and that sort of thing. Right. And Johnny Knoxville is gray-headed. And
yeah,
it's
like they're like
wild.
old.
I know. Yeah. And so we get like 3/4 of the way through the movie. And then they wrap this man who's fat and has fat rolls and all this stuff.
Oh, no.
They put sashimi sushi in him and then wrap him in plastic.
In him or on him?
In his folds. In his fat folds. Wrap him in plastic.
No, I can't.
And then he, like...
You get mad at me for talking about nasty stuff. This is way worse. This is so much nastier.
Oh, it was bad.
Okay.
Wrap him in plastic, and then he, like, runs a couple laps, and then they each...
Runs a couple laps at what? Around what?
Like, the street. They were actually in... They were actually in LA.
No, they
on,
eat
like,
it? No.
Yes.
No. I missed that, and then I heard it.
No. So then, how they will start gagging about stuff on set or whatever.
Yes.
Well, it was number one, disgusting. And then they're gagging on set, and I had to go throw up.
Did you throw up?
Yes.
Oh my God. No, they ate it.
Melanie and Brandon are both just like laughing away, and I'm like, no, this is so disgusting. I can't handle this.
Who comes up with that stuff?
I have literally no idea.
Like who thought that it was a good idea to put sushi that like
stuff,
can
but it's not even
get
just
bacteria.
Like under his boobs or like in a back fat roll. Like they were eating it out of his like butt crack.
No,
I swear on my life.
Oh, and they saran. Who was the fat guy?
I don't know what his name is. He's new. Like he was not around when we were kids.
This is disgusting.
It was terrible.
And people watch this stuff.
Yeah.
Look,
I was like, Melanie, are we for real? We're really watching this right now. I dry heaved so bad I had to go throw up. It was so disgusting.
I can't imagine. Like I would not be able to watch that. See, I can watch somebody get their body cut open all day and their guts taken out and like sewed back up in surgery. Or like somebody like I just can't like
but the gross
that's
stuff.
Disgusting. Like if you're gonna eat that because they could get sick for real. Like
100%.
Oh God. And like people actually watch that.
It's awful.
Why?
I watched it.
I know, but you didn't really want to watch it.
No.
Like
no.
Did Melanie think it was funny?
They were giggling. Both of them were giggling.
Did they think it was funny because you were so grossed out though?
I don't think that they knew that I threw up at the time because I went in there to go pee and then the dry heaving just kept continuing. So I had to pee as fast as I possibly could so I could flush the toilet and then throw up.
What if you had to,
I threw up in my mouth a little bit and I had to hold it there until I could turn around.
Have you ever had to like both sides?
No, thankfully I have not.
I have had to do that before.
No.
From being sick, not from from watching something, but like what if you were peeing and you like, which one would you choose? The vomit to go on the floor or the pee to go to the floor?
Well,
like what if you
had to turn... a garbage can right next to my toilet, so
okay.
It would all have a place to go.
Okay, I was like, never mind. But like, what if you know what I mean though? Like if you had to choose, would you rather your pee be on the floor or would you rather your vomit be on the floor?
I would rather my vomit be on the floor.
I don't know. I think the pee would be
to clean up.
Pee's easier to clean up.
The thing about it
Vomit's
is that I had like just eaten some tostones.
Tostones?
Yes, they're these like they're like plantains, but I had just
Is that what we had at the pool the other day?
Yeah. They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah. So I had just eaten some of those. So it was like chunky throw up. So in that situation where it wasn't like projectile vomiting, yeah, that can go on the floor because it's going to be really easy to pick up.
Most of the time when I vomit, it is like, it's like, you know when your dog vomits and it's like bile, but it's like thick and frothy? I feel like mine...
I feel like
that a lot.
It happens to me a lot because every time I brush my teeth, just about I'll throw up a little.
Yeah, I like a lot of times I like don't
you gotta get back
have
in
a
there
lot.
in the tongue,
I don't have a lot to throw up. I'll throw up like a little thing, and then
I
I'll dry
heave. This morning.
You what?
I threw up bile this morning when I was brushing my teeth.
Oh my God. I threw up in my mouth when you got here. I told you, I was like, I think I might throw up in my mouth because every day this week, I've eaten something and like an hour later, I've like I don't feel sick. I just like threw up in my mouth a little. And I did it. And like the other night I did it. Oh my God, this is so gross. And I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize for the nastiness. But like the other night I did it. And when I did it, I think I was like laughing or like moving or I don't know what I was doing or talking. And when I did it, it like went into my nose. And so it was like the whole night I was trying to blow it out of my nose, but it's like, there wasn't anything in there. It was just like where I guess something
like acid burned.
Yes. Oh, it was so bad. Oh, it was so gross. So,
why do we get on these gross tangents? We got to quit.
I don't know. We don't normally do that. Sorry guys. I think this is the grossest one we've been on. You guys like it. It's okay. You can just, that would be, if you hear that noise in the background, I don't think you can hear it, but I'm going to let you know what it is. Butterbean gets on the carpet and he digs a hole in the carpet to lay down. There's literally nothing to move, but he just digs. It's weird. Okay, so the next thing that I was going to talk about is that today, my favorite man and my other favorite man were together.
It was a little dramatic this morning as well.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was bad. I don't know if dramatic for me to tell you because it's dramatic because I was being dramatic about it, but like what was it? Like I don't know what the word is.
You just make me laugh because when you want to talk, you're going to fire off text messages
and I'm
really
like,
fucking
oh my
quick. And then, so like right close to after that started happening, I was creating the post for today's episode that is live right now.
And then I don't answer you.
Yes. Oh my God. It makes me want to fucking scream.
I knew that was going to happen. I was like, oh my God. I didn't respond back because I've been like on this whole thing and trying to fix this. And then my boss called me and I was like, shoot. And then I was like, I think all I did was like heart it.
You did.
And I was like, I hope that's all she cares about.
It's all I needed.
I answered the first couple.
You did.
Like, oh God.
No, you did. But then when I changed it completely or whatever and you hearted it, I was like, I'm fucking gonna go, whatever.
So this morning, Dave Matthews was on Howard Stern. And you guys know that I love Howard Stern. And if you listen to a couple episodes before, we talked about how my dad he probably traded in his truck or something and like got the free trial and like canceled his other one. And so when they do that, they like downgrade you so you can't listen to Howard Stern. Well, I hadn't been listening to Howard for like it's been like 6 months or 3 months maybe at least. And I was like real sad about it. And so finally I was like, you know what? I can just pay the money because it's worth it. Like honestly, my life is so much better. You listen to
it every morning.
Yeah, I listen to it every single morning. And like honestly, like if I'm in the car, I listen to the reruns too. Like if or whatnot. Yeah. So
like skip ordering the Simply Bear chicken nuggets for 1 month.
Right, exactly.
Serious.
Yeah, and then now I'm gonna anyway. So that and then I also listen to the Dave Matthews Band station on there, which is, of course, I love both of those people. And both of them have Sirius XM stations. So Dave is on there and I am like prepared. So I wake up early, get ready. I'm like, I took a shower, got out of the shower, made sure the dogs were out before Dave was on. And I was like, he's starting. So everybody's done. I was dressed and ready to go. I put I had it on my like Alexa device. And at first when I was like getting ready and stuff, and this is before Dave he was probably there, but was on. So I get out of the shower. I'm trying to switch it over to my headphones, so that I can walk around and like go to work, like go to my office and not have to listen to it on the thing. So I can go upstairs and get my Diet Mountain Dew and like breakfast if I need it. And then come back downstairs and like walk around. So I turn it on there, and instead I put it on my phone on the app, and instead of me clicking on the Howard 101 or Howard 100 channel, I clicked on the Dave Matthews channel, and I'm like, okay, I hear a Dave song, and I forgot which one it was that was playing, and keeps going on, and I'm like, I am jamming. I'm like, oh my God, he's playing a song to begin with instead of talking, and I'm like, this is amazing. Dave is jamming. He's getting it this morning. I was like, this is amazing. It sounds awesome. Well, guess what, guys? I was on the wrong thing, and I was listening to a live Dave Matthews concert or like some type of recording of like, and because I was like, why does this keep going on and on? And I looked down, and I was like, oh my God. So I missed like the first like however many minutes, and I wasn't live, and I was like so pissed off. I was like, oh my God. So I had to go back and like listen to it, and then it ended up being kind of working out because like I was listening to it, and then my boss was like, hey, I need to talk to you, and I was like, okay, I'll call you in a minute, and I called him, and I had to like turn it off. So anyways.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it. It was really good. I'm trying to think of some stuff that he talked about that was really good. You guys have to go listen to it. If you don't have Sirius XM, I'm not a Sirius XM, like we're not associated. I would love to be, though. Please have 100%.
us. 100%.
Honestly, I would.
AF.
Yeah. I'll be associated with Dave Matthews, with Howard Stern. Like, I would love to be on the Howard Stern show, but not be in the Whack Pack. I don't want to be in the Whack Pack.
We'll have to talk about that.
That would be sad. You don't want to be on the Howard Stern show?
I'm not sure if I can.
You have never listened to it before, though. And people, so the thing is that my thing is people have this like idea that he is like this nasty, raunchy dude. He is amazing. And like, you should listen to him. He loves his wife. He's loyal. He's super loyal to all of his employees. Like you need to like research Howard Stern. He loves cats. He loves animals. He's great.
Okay.
And maybe sometimes they have like people doing some weird stuff, but they don't really, it's not really that big a deal. I love him. People need to, he has evolved over time. And some people think that he's gotten more boring as he's gotten older, but he has evolved into this, like, I love him. And I love the show. I love all the people that work on there. It's great. And they have really talented people that work for that show. So anyway, so that happened this morning. Do you want a Pear ring update really quick, though?
Yeah. Yeah, because you still don't have it, right?
Yeah, so I still don't have it. Should I tell you what happened? So I still don't have it. I ordered it a month ago yesterday.
Well, I think the most important thing is to talk about the status of the tracking and what the response was when you told them that.
So I sent another email yesterday. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so the Pear ring. So I ordered it a month ago yesterday, and I still haven't gotten it. And so they said that it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to be delivered. I think it was 2 weeks total. So on Sunday, the 21st of May, I emailed them and I was like, hey, I'm checking to see if you can get an update on my order. I gave them the order number and everything. They said, hey there. So they responded like a couple hours later, I think. No, the next day. And they're like, hey, we're so sorry that you're having to chase this. We've had a bit of shipping nightmare and also ran out of stock much sooner than expected. The good news is that I can confirm that your ring is now in transit and should be with you very soon. Your order has been mailed to you from our fulfillment center in Norwich. Is that how you say it? Norwich or Norwich? Norwich.
Connecticut?
UK.
Oh, UK.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Therefore, delivery time will depend on your global location. I hope this helps. You can find tracking at blah, 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 blah. So they were like super good, nice there. Okay, so that was really responsive. So then that was on the 22nd. And then on the 23rd, I was like, thanks. I checked the status. I went to the tracking thing.
Yeah.
And it does not say that it has been mailed yet. Do you have an estimate on when it will be received by the shipping center for fulfillment? And I sent a screenshot to them because it said, activity, your item has not yet been received by the shipping center. Please try again in a few hours. That was the next day.
Right.
And they had already said, oh, it's showing that it's already been shipped. Okay, so then they're like, if the parcel's showing and blah, 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 it's
Which
on
could
the
be
way.
In their system. They said shipped as in we've boxed it up and put a label
Right,
on it.
Exactly. Then that's normally what that means.
Right.
So, they were like, Emily, if the parcel is showing up as blah, 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 it means it's left the fulfillment center. It's on their way to you. I would imagine that your parcel will be with you within the next week. Okay. That was on the 24th. And they were like, so sorry for the delays, and I really appreciate your patience. So May 24th. And they're saying within the next week. So the next email I sent them was on Friday, June 2nd, which was probably a week, might have been 2 weeks later. I don't know. I can't see the calendar right now, but however long that was. So I said, hey, I'm following up on my order that was placed on 5/6. I was told that it shipped on 5/22 in the email below, but then I got an email on 5/30 saying it. Oh, because I'd gotten in between that, I'd gotten an email on 5/30 after the 5/22 email saying it had shipped. That saying, hey, your order just shipped. That was me this time. Drink.
I was gonna say, who's coughing now?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that's weird. And I was like, that's different than the info that was given to by your team before. I checked the tracking site I was given, and it said it has been presumed delivered. Okay, so the tracking site says, so here's the email. It says order number, blah, 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 blah. Your order has been shipped. That's on the 30th. And then if you look at the tracking site, it says status, presumed delivered, destination, United States. And it says received by your international service provider. Please note, no further tracking updates will be available. So I'm like, seriously? I'm like, okay, so I still haven't received my order. Can you please help me with this? And they sent me one back on the same day, a few hours later.
So at least they're responsive.
They're very responsive.
But still.
Presumed delivered means it delivered means it's with your local postal service. Rings will be with you within a few days, I assure you. Okay, so then on the 5th, that was 2 because they said few days, so I waited a few days.
Right.
I followed up a lot. I was like, hey, I'm checking in to see if I can get some kind of additional tracking information or name of the courier or postal service used to ship my order. I have not received my order, and although your team has been very responsive to my inquiries, I am beginning to think I got scammed. I have been told multiple times that my order would be with me within the next few days, and that has proven to be incorrect. Any additional information you can provide in the status of my order is appreciated.
Well, a lot of times, like if they ship like DHL or something like that, they'll start with one kind of tracking number, but then when USPS picks it up, it will
give you the new,
give you the new one. Even if it doesn't really say new tracking number, you know when it starts with like a 9 or whatever,
right?
That somewhere in the information that you can go look at that.
Well, so I've never seen this tracking thing. It's called track and trace or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't either.
And I think it might be like a UK thing or who knows. So they responded. That was the last one I sent to them. And they said, hey, Emily, I'm sorry you feel this way. Please see the link below for limited tracking info, which is the same link they gave me before. Unfortunately, we are unable to track it further. I can assure you this is not a scam. Check out the link below, blah, 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 blah. Once your order says presumed delivered, it does not mean delivered to you. It means that it has arrived / on its way to your on its way to your local shipping center and will be out for delivery shortly. Unfortunately, at this stage, we're unable to track it any further as it is down to your local shipping center to send it out for delivery. But I'm like, that is not possible. They should be able to see where it is.
It's a non-answer because you can't even reach out to USPS or whoever
to see what's going on.
Like, yo, what's up? Like now it's in your hands, but you have nothing to give them, really.
Exactly.
And to me, that is unacceptable. And you know what? They are wasting time with these customer support people having to answer all these
when they could just pay or get whatever shipping tracking.
Right.
Yeah.
You're paying these other people, and which, I mean, great. You gave them jobs, whatever. But like are you choosing to go with like a cheaper delivery service, but then you're going to pay people a bunch of money to answer 75,000 questions for people who aren't getting their fucking rings.
So what I wonder though, is this like one person or like 5 people sitting in a room somewhere and they're just responding, or because it doesn't, they just put Pear. They didn't put like names or anything or any phone, contact information. Is this just like one person trying to do this?
Yet?
A what?
A survey about your customer service experience?
No, but the customer service experience is okay.
No, and
they've been very responsive.
100%. I mean, it's not like they're ignoring you or anything like that, but it still doesn't resolve the issue at hand.
Agreed. So I have been doing...
when you come in like that and they respond to you, they'll, open a ticket, close a ticket upon response, even if there's multiple.
Well, this is a new thing, obviously,
right?
But like, if they're trying to do, and I get it, like, I don't understand why it's taking so long to ship like a tiny package of 3 like plastic rings, like silicone or whatever they're made out of.
Yeah,
like that doesn't make a lot of sense to me,
right?
And they normally, you would think that they would like make them in bulk. They probably bought them in bulk and are like packaging them out.
Right.
They probably have, in my opinion, I think that they have somebody like us who has a full-time job and they don't have enough time to do this. And they're like doing, they're packaging, they're answering emails, they're doing all this stuff for all the people.
Do you want to know what this tells me? Your experience with them shipping so far, whatever convention that they plan on having for everybody, it's going to be a damn fire fest.
Well, so I got on their website or I got on Instagram the other day and I saw another ad for it and I looked at all the comments, okay? And people were like, I ordered mine 3 months ago and I still haven't gotten it. And I'm like, I started commenting back. I was like, same. This was like when I sent that email that I said, I think I'm starting to get scammed. And I felt really bad for saying that, but I wanted them to know. I felt like I was nice about it. I was like, I'm starting. You guys have been really responsive, but
here's my
like,
thing,
what the hell?
That you sending that to them in an email or whatever is one thing because that's not going anywhere. But I don't think that you would have put your experience out on Instagram if you were the only person saying that.
But
you saw other people saying it, and so you're like, yeah, raise your hand, me too.
Well, but I also have seen other people say, hey, I waited 3 months and I finally got it.
Right.
But then do you know, is that a real person or is that somebody like, that is part of this?
Is it a Finsta
who knows?
Part of Pear?
Yeah, but most of the people looked like legit. But who knows?
Right.
So we'll see if it comes in. But Kelly ordered one.
I'm excited for you to report it back.
Me too. I'm excited. Hopefully it'll be here. But I mean, it's in the United States apparently.
We think.
And I tried to look because you can like, if you know what the shipping provider is, which I would assume this would be like USPS because it's going to be a small package probably. Right. You can look up like times for shipping, and I would assume it would be either coming from California or like somewhere on the East Coast, because they would get it delivered there on a boat or whatever they do, flying it over, and then it would go through probably customs and whatnot, and I get that they've been having customs issues, but I have literally ordered things from Shein and random other places, and that stuff did not take this long. I was literally
going to say something about Shein because that comes all the way from China. It has to go through customs and all of that. But there has never been a time, and I know people have had different experiences, but I've ordered from them a lot. There has never been a time where I have not received my package within like 2 weeks. I can see every stop that package had from China to my front door, and the returns are easy peasy.
Yeah. Well, so I my Shein haul that I did.
Yeah. You haven't returned it.
No.
You're an idiot.
I know. Pretty sure that I'm past the date.
Oh my God. Why
so you need anything from Shein?
If I weren't fatter than you, I would.
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Anyways, catch us on Instagram. Yes. I mean, catch us on
you can catch us on Instagram. Thick AF Podcast on Instagram. Send us an email. Y'all are supposed to to count those for us tonight. You can send us an email at thickafpodcast@gmail.com, and you can find us anywhere where you can get your podcast.
You've already got your podcast here, so you don't really have to find us.
Like, follow, rate, review, all the good stuff. Thanks for joining us.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say something.
Toodaloo. She forgets every time. Awkward pause.
I know. Last time I had to delete like this huge awkward pause
because it was like
for a minute long, and I was like, "Oh, toodaloo." Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I can't pause that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I have to go.